Josh McDaniels, and we think that he is the devil reincarnate in Denver, but the way he used Tebow that first year was very effective. He used him in the red zone, as you pointed out. He had, if people would look at it, he had like 5 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown in about 10 or 12 plays. So on May 1st, the NFL is going to take another look at making people go for the 2-point conversion. Tim Tebow
He'd be a weapon.
Scored on 2-point conversions and beat teams on 2-point conversions. When the New York Jets used him, he was in a wildcat, and they ran the ball. And everybody, every team they ever played knew exactly what he was going to do. They weren't going to let him pass the football. They weren't going to let him do anything that was kind of unique. They weren't going to move Sanchez out to wide receiver. I just think that, and you mentioned it again, Dave, and forgive me, I'm going to get to a question, I hope, here, but I'm trying to help you as you move forward. I'm trying to help my friend here, who has such a convenient memory of just things he wants to. But Tim Tebow has been a winner every time that he's actually been a player.
You know, you sound like Skip Bayless right now.
Well, where do you think Skip got that from? I worked with him for 3 years. My goodness. So, Dave, it's going to be for you, I think, an incredibly interesting offseason and preseason because of what's happened at the running back position, the quarterback position, the wide receiver position. I mean, of the time you've spent around Philadelphia, could you believe some kind of all the stuff that's going on there?
I've been here for a long time, Woody, you know, dating back to the 80s, and certainly 2004, when the Eagles traded for Terrell Owens, signed Javon Curse in free agency after losing in the NFC Championship game to Carolina. Great run. Really interesting. But what Chip's done here is take a 10-win roster and at the most vital positions offensively and at some very key positions defensively said, no way we're ripping down and rebuilding the way he wants it. And I find it really refreshing. Obviously, you know, look, we'll see if it works. The results on the field will tell that, but it's an unconventional way of doing things. Chip is an unconventional guy. I think he is, again, not out to prove that he's smarter than the rest of the NFL, but he just wants to do anything possible to give his team an advantage, and this is the vision that he has, and it's one that a lot of people, because, in my opinion, a lot of people see it as something that is not conventional, they deem that as wrong. And I just want to see how it plays out and see if Chip is making the right moves for this organization. It is dramatic, the changes at critical positions that didn't seem to need all that much reorganization. You know, the running back situation was a solid one. The quarterback, Nick Foles, came off a Pro Bowl 2 years ago. Wide receiver, Jeremy Maclin, 85 catches, Pro Bowl last year. Why change it all around? Well, Chip Kelly has his reasons, and we'll find out in September if those reasons are right. But adding Tim Tebow is just another piece of it. And I'll be honest with you guys, from my perspective, I've been hearing nothing but, will the Eagles trade up for Marcus Mariota? It doesn't matter if he'll go number 1. People are still, maybe this will put it to rest finally, that the idea that the Eagles will trade the farm and mortgage the future and go from 20 in the first round to 6 or higher, which is what it would take to get up there.
Dave, really appreciate your time. You're in for a real treat.